do this work.
She will.
We'll take us back and forth.
How about I sign you guys up for like 11:20?
If you pick it up, you want to get an invoice from the police department.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There's somebody there, I
This is
know.
just for
Yeah,
general.
so there'd be 5 slots from 11:20 to 12:30 a.m. You guys could go on and on.
And they're all-
There's 5, so let me. Yeah.
And then how? Who's the head left?
Hold on. 'Cause I'm not that far.
Why not? You ain't no fun at all.
I know.
Yeah, you don't know yet, he showed that when you might. That's why he didn't last night.
Yeah, I got one from Penny, but they gotta follow the process.
I hope so. I hope so.
Didn't beat us really bad, look at the bruises.
This herb is something you want, 15. There's gonna be a restaurant. But 15, okay. Guess we're not here.
Isn't that house right there? Great house?
What does it say?
Should I set this up there? I gotta run to my car.
Keep it out of the,
But
when we're all kicking.
Okay, I gotta run to my car. I forgot my AirPods.
I will.
And you said 5 o'clock in the morning.
I did not do the DNS. It would be July, so it would be Saturday, July 5th at 11:20 p.m.
it is 15 inch.
So it would be 11:20 and then 11:40 p.m. on Saturday, July 13th.
Yeah, that was a long.
I can check the date if you want.
Yes, she did. Yeah, she did.
The next movie
How did you get it?
was going to be Sunday, July 7th.
Call the meeting to order. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call. Eddie Wetzel. Anthony Urbano.
Here.
Eric Gleason. Cindy Burrows. Bob Benzone. Yes. Mansell Odell. Mansell Odell is absent. I'm here. Mayor?
Here.
He's here too. Yep. Okay, so. Payment of bills.
Sorry, I don't have President report.
Oh, sorry, I misread. Okay, let's do the, June third
What is it?
first.
You want that tag pulled down on your shirt? There, thank you.
See a correction, it's
June third is you a month, right?
Yep.
missing, me, as the, here.
Which one?
The sixth, sorry, it's three, June third.
Sorry about that.
It says all, but it doesn't list me.
What needs to be changed?
I'm not on the attendance list.
You need to
Oh,
add.
all right.
Yeah. That's present.
Oh.
We had a chance to look over June third. Any discussion?
I make a motion, we accept the, June third regular meeting minutes as amended.
Bob Penzel makes a motion to accept the June third meeting minutes as amended. Do I have a second? Seconded by Terry Gleason, roll call vote.
Anthony,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Eddie,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
and Mary.
Yes. Okay, now if we can look at June 11th, the special meeting.
I have a question on the second page. It says a motion to hire a maintenance worker and a maintenance weekend worker made by Mansell, seconded by Anthony. Should that be to advertise to hire a maintenance worker? Because it says we actually hired a maintenance worker.
So what your question is should that stay advertised for? Correct?
It's saying that we hired someone.
No,
It
I-
says
No.
to hire.
It didn't say hired, it says to hire.
You're correct.
Let's-
It's supposed to be advertised.
Let's make it clear. I would say motion to advertise for maintenance worker or something like that, whatever it is, but it's not very clear. Cause up top, you're talking about advertising, and then it talks down here about hiring.
Thank you.
Alright, and then page 3, there was a motion to have Penny Jeffers as the secretary treasurer until a new one is hired and trained by Terry Gleason. That's what it says. I'm guessing that's not what it's meant though.
I think the motion was made by Terry.
Alright, that's what I interpret it to be, but. So it should be a motion by Terry Gleason to have Penny Jeffers. Alright.
should be probably another section that should be part of. I don't remember if that was talked about on that section, but it should be its own.
Anybody else?
Make a motion, we accept June 11th minutes as amended.
Do I have a second? Motion was made by Anthony, seconded by Terry Gleason.
You ready?
Yep.
Anthony,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Eddie,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Jerry.
Yep. Okay, the bills are being passed around, Bob, looking at them right now.
And they're not all the bills, cause I didn't get a chance to go check them today, so
Okay.
there's still sewer and water checks. I got the general all written and library, just not all the sewer and water.
You did. Last one, second, we have balls. That's got I'll entertain a motion to pay the bill.
I make a motion to pay the bills.
Motion made by Terry to pay the bills that are presented. Do I have a second? Seconded by Anthony Urbano.
Anthony,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Eddie,
No.
Terry,
Yes.
Barry.
Yes. Motion carried. 5-1, one absent. Public comments on agenda items.
I have one. Actually, I have a question. Anthony, when you picked up the stuff from Penn York, did you pick up everything?
They gave us, boxes, everything they gave us, they said they gave us.
Does that include all thumb drives, discs, whatever?
At the time, they didn't have a thumb drive at the time, they had digital files and boxes.
Was you told to have somebody else come pick that up?
It was later on, I think, Bob went and got the thumb drive after that, cause we didn't have any documents other than what they gave us.
Her question was, were you told to have somebody else come
Pick up the documents.
pick it? The thumb drive.
Thumb drive.
Thumb drive.
Flash drive, whatever you wanna call it, drive.
The agreement was someone's gonna pick it up.
I didn't ask if she did.
Yeah, somebody was gonna pick it up, and I.
Has it been turned back over to the
Has it
borough?
been handed in?
I will have to ask who has it.
Who picked it up?
Bob has it and.
Bob, did you pick it up?
You got it.
How long ago did you pick it up?
Month.
Had a discussion and nobody wanted it. So it sat at my house for weeks because nobody wanted it.
Who did you have the discussion with, Bob?
No, you didn't have a discussion.
Yes, we
You
did.
come get it.
Yes, we did.
When?
I said I had it at my house, and before the council, right after the council meeting. I got it like a day after the council meeting. You guys said
Okay,
it was
and
impossible.
I asked Anthony to come over and pick it up.
Whatever, well, we have it now, right? So
Yeah.
Let's, goes to the same, goes to the secretary.
Why didn't you bring it before?
Okay, that's not really an agenda item, so let's move on to,
Well, it is, cause it's financial.
It's financial.
It's a copy. It's a copy of data. If you don't believe it,
Have
go
we-
in
Well,
there
I
and
know,
get a
but all
copy.
I'm asking is,
Get a copy
I'm
of Mark.
not being mean, or I'm just asking, why did you have it so long? Why didn't
I
you turn it
just-
right back?
because I thought Anthony was gonna pick it up, and I hadn't caught up with Bob yet.
Well, why didn't he bring it to a meeting before?
Why didn't he bring it to the secretary?
Yeah.
I got a question, why did the council get the data so I didn't have to do it?
They tried,
Well, you are part of
They
council.
didn't.
they did
Get it.
try,
They did try.
they did
All it took
try.
is a phone call.
Has
I
that
got a copy.
envelope been sealed since you received that from Penn
Like I
York?
said, it's a copy. If you don't like my copy, go get one from up there.
Okay, but that's not your property, that's borough property.
It's data. In fact,
It's sensitive
in
data,
fact, it's
Bob.
my USB drive, so I want a copy of it.
So you
So
have
you
an
copied
original
it?
copy in your
No,
home?
I didn't copy it.
I thought you said the flash drive was ready to be picked up, you went and got it, so that's yours?
I didn't say that, he said that.
Yeah, okay, alright.
As long as people want answers, I mean, you know, if it's a copy, then did he take the USB drive up there, sit there and wait for her? to
Okay, so
download it?
delete it and go get yourself a copy.
She shouldn't have any copies at all, period, it's borough
That's not how it
property.
works. She
Yes, it
retains
is.
all
She's
our
not-
documents because she has to audit that. Yes.
Her own, not the
She
borough.
retains documents for customers. That's what she does.
Well, you're being very defensive.
Okay, moving on, let's, he's answered your question.
I know you're gonna email her. I want that one. So either I'm gonna delete it or you're gonna copy it before I go home.
What?
Copy it before it goes home.
There's no issue.
There's a chain of custody issue, Bob.
Right, there's no issue. I
Okay,
don't see an issue.
okay, moving along. Any other public comments on the agenda?
I'll wait until that point gets there, cause it doesn't need to be on there, and I don't know why it was.
Nobody has any more public comments on agenda items? Okay, committee reports. Chris?
Yeah, so the one thing I got is from Herb on the zoning application. If you talk to Jay Herb, he sends a zoning application, it's to follow a process to go in detail. I get emails from Jay Herb on a couple
No,
of different.
I'm forwarding them to you.
That's one of three that I got, yeah. So yeah, you got a lot. I'm okay with it, they want to tear down the house. We all know what it was. You guys can look at it if you want, but is that what you're here for, Hank?
Yes.
Okay. I like the guy taking it down.
Me too.
I do too.
Anything else?
No, but I'll sign that, you guys will, look at it. You can do it, make a motion later or something.
It's on the agenda.
We all know the house is, right? It's right next to your house, right?
Okay, police department.
Alright, so, first one is, so everybody's aware, July 10th through the 15th, the Vietnam Moving Wall. We're anticipating a lot of traffic that's gonna come through the borough and out to Williamson High School. So far, it was like over 100 motorcycles, the Corvette Club. We're gonna reach out to the fire department, see about possibly getting some fire police to help us traffic with the light here in Borough and the one down by the school. There is gonna be a security group there that's supposed to do 24 hours. Between the three of people, my police department, we're working out our schedule so we can be actively involved down there. So just pretty much for the citizens, just kinda know that there's gonna be traffic. Police report for the month, we had traffic stop, theft, we had curfew violation. We had a meeting with an individual. Also, I just got done with our township meeting and I was told by my supervisor that effective right now, we will only give you 1 hour a month if that contract's not signed and the back pay is paid.
I thought we did that last month.
I don't have copies of those invoices.
That's the contract?
No, that is our month for Jim. I know that you guys agreed to do it because it was in the paper and that.
Or we disconnected them?
Yeah, it's right here.
But that's the instructions I got, that they haven't seen the copy of your signature on the contract or that back. So,
It fell under mayor, it's right here, 6278.
We had one.
We got one
Yeah, we
right
did.
there.
And we agreed upon it.
We agreed
on the
upon
back pay and all that. And we were supposed to be a tech rate now, but.
Agreed.
What are you pointing at me? I don't want to.
No, you sign them.
Well, yeah, do that.
It's me, I didn't have copies of the invoices. I need copies of them from somewhere. I don't know where the contract is, I didn't have the contract.
We'll get it.
We'll get it, we'll take care of it.
Does anyone have a copy of that contract
That's where I'm
now?
at. We have a copy of the.
But we're not waiting, where's the copy of the contract?
I don't have.
I didn't know it was.
Because this has been going on since November, guys.
I don't think we needed to sign a new contract, I think it was just an amendment to it and a resolution was all it was, I thought. I didn't know it was a formal contract.
Yeah, they had a formal contract.
The supervisor sent a formal contract.
Oh.
I know we have it back at the office and stuff.
Okay. Remember Thursday.
How much do we owe you guys?
6278 as of that time.
So a lot of damn money sitting around bouncing around.
Well, it's because
No,
it's been
check's not right.
backdated from November.
So what do we do to get the check written for them tonight? Because this is months.
1 hour is not very much.
I have no idea. Go ahead and look through the file. It's not enough that I ordered, it would be something last month. Did they do the hour to us?
No, we actually had physical, yeah, we do it a couple times.
That's not what this police would have been now.
That doesn't what?
That doesn't include June. Alright, it goes up to May. Yeah.
I did not know that you guys were hungry, nobody told me. So I've been reaching out to other police departments, because I was told that you needed.
A paper fell through.
FYI.
No, I haven't got it all charged with.
Who? Because nobody's reached out to me.
No, he's been getting the sheriff's department, having meetings with the sheriff's department.
I can tell you that they're all coming back to me, and that's not accurate.
Lawyers told me today it's not done.
FYI.
Well, my guy's been having meetings with the sheriff's department until the days and times. I'm just telling you what my guy.
I have no problem with it.
Red and Scott up there,
They were.
think Scott can print off that agreement? I'll drive up and get it.
I got Chris was on duty too, so I can have.
See if they can just print off another one and we'll sign it right here.
Alright, let me.
And then we'll get a check cut out right here.
Alright, let me.
I don't know what's going on, but.
Get them.
It's my fault, Chris. Do you want to blame it? Blame me.
We'll blame anybody.
You look like you're really upset, so it's my fault. It didn't get written. I didn't have the invoices, so
I never said you at all. I don't know why you're saying, look at you. There's something that's been insulted, right?
You got the police contract?
Yeah, with the resolution and everything.
So before he leaves tonight, can we get that check voted on, written, signed, please leave with it? Huh?
My problem is it's not even any numbers in here, there's no attachment, so it's like a blank check. Made a motion to approve the police contract and amendments of rates per hour. No dollar amounts.
Well, no, and the thing that he turned in, it showed November, December, $40 an hour, and it was all the.
But read the minutes.
I know what this says, but what they handed us that night, and we all agreed on it.
I understand.
And I saw the paper, I'm not lying, and it said $40 an hour from November, December, January, and here was $60, and then here to here, $60, all printed out.
Right. Okay, so we do
We
need
can make
it.
that.
Let's
Usually
do
the minutes are the legal document.
because we were just doing a resolution, not a whole new
Approve the
contract.
blank check.
That's why it was
So we
written
can-
in here, I mean.
Do what? You need a
I
new.
mean, if you wanna write down detail for detail for detail in the minutes, yeah, okay, well, if every piece of paper up, I was signing, it said $40 an hour, I said it, now hand it over to Anthony. We can go that way.
That's why we don't know what we approved.
Okay, so let's move on to the fire department, we can start talking about.
So I brought the call list for you, and they had 19 calls in June. I'm not gonna read through them all because they were very busy. So they've had a total of 80 calls year-to-date so far. And we also have an issue with not getting paid.
And they pay $3 an hour.
So we're gonna cover that one.
So right now, we're 4 months behind.
I've emailed that contract at the beginning of this year.
She did, and I physically brought it again to the Cheryl, along with how we spent the money last year. There's a black hole somewhere.
Cheryl.
So they run up and down the road the damn enough, but shouldn't have no problem.
Okay, library.
She didn't give an answer to her question.
Is there a check in there for the fire department tonight?
No. But if we're gonna do the fire company the same way, we can do the same.
We need the breakdown for the, what is it, liquid fuels?
No,
How the money was spent.
I brought that physically to Cheryl,
That- do you
and
have-
I emailed it
That
to
was
the borough's email.
That was a budget, we don't use the budget. We
It
need-
was not the budget, it was how the money was spent.
Yeah, the last one that was given to us was the budget.
Well, then, you don't have all the information, because I physically brought it to Cheryl.
But it doesn't match the amount that we paid them,
It
right?
wasn't today, no, it wasn't today, Anthony got it.
You know, it's in the office.
So it doesn't match the actual, what we
All it needs to say is how they spent the money, not how much is extra, not on your, if we gave 15,000, just sent, you spent 15,000, that's it, on whatever. Insurance, we don't care, we don't really care what it is, that's all it has to say.
Do we have that paperwork?
No, Anthony was gonna talk to them.
I got it down here.
So we're gonna take care of it tonight?
We have the paperwork. That's right.
You bring the paperwork in so we can look at it, so we can vote on it?
It's just that form that we were just talking about. Okay.
They wanna see it though.
Yeah, but I'm not voting on it until I see it.
Yeah, it's on your desk.
Can somebody go get it? Or I'll go get it.
It's not,
It shows the income that came in from the borough.
you spent
And how-
19,000, we only gave you 15.
Correct. So we spent our own money because you didn't pay us enough.
They
It's not
don't,
penny.
they don't wanna see what you spent over. That's something we have to turn into the state. We have to see up to 15,000. That, or whatever the amount is that she gave you.
Why do you have to turn that into the state?
So we get more money for next time?
That's not relief money you're talking about. This is the fire department contract. It is
This
not
is the
the
money
relief
we
association.
get money from the state to pay.
For the relief association.
You're talking about the mills that we get from the county.
Right.
That's what you're talking about, and I think.
This
that's
is the
where
mills
disconnect
that we
is.
get,
That would have been Cheryl.
This is from the state.
which is the
Two
Lawrenceville
different-
Firefighters Relief Association, is what you get from the state, which is separate from the fire department's contract.
And then when they set the millage, there's a certain part of the millage for the.
Penny knows, honestly, Penny knows what's going on. I'm glad she's here.
What she's saying, the way we have to do it.
She does not.
It's on the agenda down here.
Library.
Okay. Pretty good month. Attendance is down a little bit, as it is, seems to be every summer. The Doc Possum, event was fun. It was good. And, he said that we had about as many people, there as he usually has when he does a similar, show someplace else. We've got 3 young ladies doing their senior project or community service for, their high school at the library this summer. Hopefully we'll participate in the community yard sale this weekend. what we do is we give books away for free, but, they can, give us a donation if they want to. Linda Kilburn is doing, So Much Fun, spelled S-E-W, much fun, was added as an activity for June and July, and we're looking forward to getting the new roof put on this summer.
Don't hold your breath on that one. Be snowing when you get it.
Ambulance, anybody from the ambulance? Water and sewer. Contacted over the last week that, the lake is on State Street. Scott and Mike both checked that out and they think it's a full problem and there's no danger there.
Excuse me, if the boat isn't working, that means it's not pumping, right?
No, it's pumping. It's,
Like a sensor.
it's the sensor that links the light.
Okay.
It's there every morning.
Yeah, yeah, every day.
Last week.
Okay, old business, generator installation status, I got pictures from Schwartz Electric, the generator is there, and Anthony can probably clear you up on as far as.
Yeah, so the generator's installed, switch is installed, pad is installed. What we're waiting for is UGI for the 2-inch gas line installation. They have to remove the old gas line unit and actually install a new one that would accept the 2-inch gas line.
And why is it going up and over the roof and down the other side instead of going around the building?
That's the way the installers installed it.
Are we paying for per foot of pipe?
That's the way they installed it to go to reach the line.
So they don't know how to,
I'm pretty sure they knew what they were doing when they did it.
or they don't know how to go
That's
through
how
the
they
wall?
that's how they chose to do it.
Look at it and then look up if it's right here.
Exactly.
But that's the last point we're waiting for.
Okay.
Big milestone.
Yeah, right, that's the last point.
Do they have a expected date?
No, we're actually waiting for UGI.
Yeah, that's what I mean, the date.
No, they didn't give us a
This
date.
knocks off the uninterrupted service, which we have had for years, it's given notice violation since 2017. So,
Like you guys haven't seen the pictures, it's a nice generator.
Yeah,
Okay, police department contracting.
we've been able to,
He's right back there.
back. So, got it.
So Brackman went back over to the township and he's bringing back another contract for you guys.
Alright.
So he'll be back.
Once you get to your Brad, we're gonna do it.
Put that on hold. Advertise for a maintenance weekend worker, the status of that.
Advertises for pretty much the, so we have two personnel for each position and 2 personnel for a secretary position. They've both been, they're on Indeed. I got a crazy amount of resumes. The committee just has to go through them all and start doing interviews.
So you.
Resumes for.
So you didn't bring anything here for the council to see?
As soon as the committee goes through it, we'll bring it to the committee, the council.
That's the first step, is the communication.
Right.
And how long have you had them?
As long as it takes to get.
No, how long have you had them?
What do you mean, how long does it have?
Well, we just had committee meetings. Why couldn't you work on them at that time?
Will they be ready for the next?
They'll be ready for, probably have to have a, so once we decide the personnel, meeting. So,
And then special meeting if needed.
right, if needed.
So in the meantime, we have nobody.
One interview.
Right, we still have to do interviews. And then yeah, we do the whole process, so double
So
interviews.
basically, the way the process goes is the personnel committee will call people and interview them, then we'll make a recommendation. That will be-
Fine, but let's see, every Thursday, there's somebody lined up to interview between today and next Thursday.
So when the committee meets, we will actually come up with our recommendation.
When they meet Thursday.
We'll bring that recommendation to the council, and that's what we'll do.
And you're gonna recommend how many people? 1, 2.
The people that we have.
No, you're just gonna allow the personnel to pick them out and then all we're gonna do is.
Yeah, that's not how it works. We bring this stuff to the council.
Anthony, haven't you had mics since last month?
I had this from last month, but I don't,
Why did you not interview?
we're not at the interview process yet. We're still taking resumes.
So you don't have
Right.
anybody
You gotta
working,
close
you don't have
the
anybody
resumes.
working, but yet you don't wanna interview.
Right,
You gotta wait for the process to
right,
close.
we're still in the process. We have
Yeah,
like
say it,
19
you publish it,
resumes
yeah.
for each position, so we have to go through them. I'm not just gonna pick one person from that thing. I like to do an entire perfect amount of personnel, so we actually fill the field. There's a lot of people in town that apply for this job.
Including your wife, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Which job?
both positions, secretary and letters to mayor. And
That's a conflict of interest, Anthony. That's a conflict of interest.
It's not, and.
it's not a conflict of interest because we have more than me as a personnel committee.
He can abstain.
Yes.
Can I quickly ask if Michael's gonna be included in the interview process for the water sewer workers?
Michael,
Michael, please.
Michael, right?
The one who doesn't work?
Isn't he the one that's still the full-time employee, right?
Maybe you were.
Oh,
No,
no.
not that
Oh,
one, the
no, I
one
thought you
at
meant
the
the
plant,
one-
the one that's currently operating the plant, that's Michael is
no,
his name,
it'll be
right?
the personnel committee.
Okay, should he maybe be included in these interviews
If
since
we have
he's
questions
kind
to
of?
ask him, we'll have him address some questions, but no.
Here's a good concept. And then they're gonna go to your town, but she did it.
Okay, so I think Anthony covered the last three. Did we advertise for dike mowing?
No, we need the parameters for dike mowing. Never received parameters for dike mowing. But I do have a vendor who does mowing.
Are you talking full bike all the way around?
Tight over the.
What are you talking about?
Huge job.
Yeah, and he gave us a quote, but it's just one.
Thousand
not
dike?
payment.
No, it's a
Right.
whole 9 yards.
Okay.
9 yards.
It's all the way from the bridge up there, even though it's on their property, and it goes all the way down.
Yes.
and
Well, it goes,
It's-
it goes up to the railroad
it's-
track.
It's a company.
Past our town.
It's someone that
We've
already
always,
did it
we've always
before.
maintained it.
Yeah.
So it goes from the railroad tracks all the way across
Trustful,
to
yes.
87,
To
down
the
to the
farm,
railroad
it
tracks.
goes all the way to the farm.
It's a treacherous job.
So what we need for that one, we actually need, specifications for what they actually have to do.
Well,
There's a
most
map
of that is
form.
riprap up there that needs to be
No,
sent.
that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, we actually need the specs, what we have to advertise. There's nothing that says,
So what do
Okay,
you want?
just-
You wanted to say 2 miles long, 180 feet
I
down?
want it to be more descriptive, so.
At a
when-
55,
when
50
you-
degree angle?
When you post it, you have to actually have information of what the job requires, so that's, I don't have.
So then we need to get a
Then,
guy out here to.
Usually,
site it.
they'll come and look at the job. So
right,
you open up the quote.
I did have the quote, and I had the vendor come out and look out, but that's just one guy from Title God.
It's.
But to
The
advertise.
closest one I saw was $25,000 when I went out.
But to advertise, we actually need to have, what is it, the job description is supposed to be. And that's what I need, that's what I don't have.
You want to settle that?
Okay, let's advertise that we wanna mow the dike from top to bottom.
But you got. Right, you can't destroy the debris in the river, right, because there's trees, right, all this, and then sumac trees like that.
The last
It's a
time,
big
Nan-
job.
the last time Mansell just advertised, we advertised for mowing, he found Eggleston, brought Eggleston in, they walked it, back
That's
and
who I
forth.
have, that's who I have as a,
I will say the trees are bigger.
Yeah, I know, but
They're freaking you.
And we had the Corps of Engineers out here before. and
we can't,
walked
no, that's
everything.
different from mowing with the trees, what
That's
they talk
riprap.
about.
That's
That's
riprap.
riprap.
but that's, he's doing the whole thing. Okay. But to advertise, we need more description to put on the ad. It's not, there's no descriptors. You can't just put dike mowing
Measure down
on the
the
paper.
side of the hill.
So my recommendation is
Get it
for the
measured.
committee to come up with the ad, we can actually put it out there.
How much is the quote you got?
Shouldn't say
I mean,
much, I'd say.
is it more than, do you need 3 phone quotes, or do you need to have, cause you don't have to advertise it.
No, it's not enough for free, it's low.
See, so you don't have to advertise them, if it's between this and this, you just have to get 3 phone quotes, call 3 people, and if they don't wanna do it, you just put it on paper.
But it's that same person you mentioned. Same person.
I'll get my contractor and my measuring.
I know.
Well, that's what he wants
I know.
dimensions, specifications.
Scope of work, pretty much.
Well, see, let's get the contractor to measure it.
Zoning permit defense.
Yeah,
That's.
That was the one that's already done.
it's done, yeah.
It's
well,
done, we
I
just put it
already-
on there again, it's just on there again to recover, just in case we missed anything.
Nope, it's all set, I went and visited after you got done, looked good. The neighbor was happy, so I'm happy we close out.
Okay, status of prior audits.
That one, we still have the one
Entity.
entity, Dan Rogers, I talked to them today, they aren't gonna do it. The 22 and 23.
So we're still
I talked to Kevin, he said that they are too
Only
busy,
3 on.
and their girl that does all the information gathering is off for the summer. He suggested we find somebody closer to you. So we need to get hold of Lisa Guthrie. Or J.H. Williams. That we have used before.
Okay. Reach out to them.
Last one, I heard was Dan Rogers.
You want Anthony to reach out to him? He can help.
Anybody can do it, anybody can actually.
At least 6:30.
Does anybody else wanna reach out?
Pick a certain person every time, you know what I'm saying?
Give me their numbers.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, new
Wait a
business.
minute, what was the issue with the zoning permit for the fence? Where was that?
Shouldn't you, they were just following up on after we, signed it and you billed it, and I went up and checked it, and sure both parties are happy, it looked good.
What was the property?
Ryan Circle, 27, Ryan Circle. Good kid. Yeah, it's a good fence.
Okay. Apex invoice of documents, days, hours, services performed.
There's not enough clarification, it's just like John Smith, 4 hours, $175 an hour, doesn't say what he did.
So I spoke to Apex, and they're gonna give us, they have, customers that get detailed invoices for.
So, and have her touch base with Apex, make sure, because it was $5,000, both quotes for us on it, so. I wouldn't like to see the regular work get confused into this. So,
That's how it is.
they're all mixed in, yeah, so how are we gonna know if they get that $20,000? Alright, I'll email this.
So she's going to get you an
Right, we have those detailed invoices.
okay. Payment options for delinquent water and sewer bills.
Yes.
Are we looking for suggestions or?
Not water running underground, why should you worry about that, right?
Somebody was saying 60, 30, 90.
No, it's doing,
No.
doing 90 days. If they have 90 days, if they're not paid, then
Can you a little louder?
90 days, if they're not paid, then they have, their water will be shut off. Cause they've already had how much time? Everybody knows their
Years.
water bill.
Yeah.
So,
As of the night, they have 90
they can
days.
set up the payment fees for the 90 days plus their current water. And if all that is not paid by the time 90 days runs out, they get shut off.
You're talking payment fees for,
Huh?
what are you talking for?
Well, if they have say they have a $900 bill, they'll pay $300 plus their current every month until they're paid in full.
What if they haven't received
Payment.
the bills?
It is a payment.
I can pay mine.
They have 90 days to do it.
If I can pay it, then they can pay theirs.
What if they haven't received the bill in like 6 months?
settled on office hours, so for people that do have questions or, wanna come over and talk to Penny.
Just what hours Penny works for now.
Are they, are they the same?
Office hours.
Yeah, your hour.
Yeah, I was gonna stay with that, right? Yep.
What are our hours?
Monday, 12 to 4.
12:30.
12:30 to 3.
An hour.
Hmm?
Needs that.
12 to 3.
Well, we need that hour for, work, because we normally have the hour close.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
12:30 to 3, and then, what's the next day you work?
Thursday, Friday.
8 to 3?
So Monday, 12:30 to 3, and Thursday, 8 to 3,
And Friday,
and Friday, 8 to 3 also.
yes.
It's just hard to hear, I think it's the fan back here.
Yeah, I agree. We got the problem.
So on the water stuff, there is a headboard across the. That's something we can do.
Since we can do it.
We can do that.
Yeah.
You can try motion on that to do that. So it's in the
Okay, so, does somebody wanna make a motion on payment options for delinquent water and sewer bill?
Make a motion
What's your motion?
to have them paid within a 90-day period.
plus the current.
Plus the first.
Okay, so, your motion is, you wanna give them 90 days to pay delinquencies plus currents. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Cindy. Any discussion?
So that's delinquent amounts in full in 90 days. So if there's
Plus the current.
$6,000 delinquent, you want that $6,000 in 90 days, not just a payment arrangement. You want
If-
all of that money.
If it's that extreme, they should have been able to put it away into a bank account or checking account or something.
I
Even if they
understand
put it
that.
underneath their mattress, they should have the
It
money
would
for
be,
it.
it would be 2,000 plus, say, 5715, 2,000 plus the whatever their bill is. That's $100, 2,000.
So anyone with an exuberant past due is
can
can probably expect it to be turned off in 90 days.
How many accounts is this pertaining to? I mean,
They get all them big figures.
5, 50?
I know it's quite a few.
What's that?
Do you have a ballpark
You know how
on?
many people
50 a
are
month, figure it out.
Between 69 and 70.
Somebody's getting their ass shoved right in their ass.
What?
It's not reasonable to recover that in 90 days.
Well, I take care of this bill, that's insane.
Yeah.
$70,000 in late water.
Okay.
Does that include the rest?
Just to advocate, please know that you guys are talking about recovering $70,000 in 3 months is not doable.
Well,
It's not feasible, and you're gonna be turning people's water off who are on fixed incomes.
No.
Potentially, if they're back due.
we gotta go after something, right? I mean, this is insane.
How about a planned payment arrangement and then honor
They
it?
had that,
for a
they
long
had that.
time.
They
Well,
gave them
those people
6
shouldn't
months.
get another payment arrangement, obviously. But
No.
I'm concerned that that's a lot of money and people economically aren't gonna be able to live with that.
Cable shuts their cable out,
It's-
it's not paid.
Okay, but cable isn't water, Cleo. We're talking about drinking water, bathing water. It's a
And
public
I'm
health.
on
They
very
need to follow the
limited income,
ordinance,
and I had
all
to
they
pay
don't
mine.
ordinance.
You paid it throughout. I understand that. I'm
No,
not saying that
I
that's
paid
not,
it
but
until I got paid.
there are people in different circumstances that maybe make bad choices. I don't disagree with that, but I think that's extreme.
I think he-
It might be in that other contract. Ordinance number and that other contract.
So you're gonna swing back to the police department, correct?
We got a motion and a second on the floor.
Go ahead, you guys.
That's a lot of money to be behind.
Roll call.
Just think you should,
Unless they come in and set up a payment plan, and
No.
then they could pay less?
no,
You're not allowing payment plans.
6,090 days or no
Well,
water.
they have 90 days, they have 3
And,
months.
and I realize they've had many months.
Right, they had many months socked away somewhere.
And do you have any idea the number of customers that are that far behind? $70,000 is a chunk of change. Do you have any idea the number of people?
I know, I can think of at least 5 high ones that I know of.
How do you get 5750, that kind of money out of a damn meter?
What's that?
How do you get 5750 out of a damn meter, that much money?
Some people use more than the minimum.
I know we have, what, 300 customers?
We got one across the road does just as good. Don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about either.
I don't know what you're talking
You just, you can't punish people for the fact that y'all haven't had secretaries reliably, access to the building, access to bill pay. That's,
Secretary, she didn't do anything.
that's not these guys' fault, though. That's not these people's fault. It just, no offense, Anna, but not everyone has been able to do what you did. There are people.
Okay.
No, but I'm saying there was letters that went out.
Circle
giving
back to
them
the fire department, or the
telling them
police
they
department.
Yeah, and everybody's dollar has gone down since that time and then. So I just
You
think
got
it's
the contract,
important to
right?
consider cutting off people's water, access to public water.
So we got Brad brought down, his contract here, passed around you guys, this is the actual, one that I remember.
I'm not even sure that's legal.
This is the, legal agreement. Okay, read through it, looks pretty good. One thing we have to find out is that I think we know, which was 6,000. May plus June, so we owe May plus June.
So Chris, this is the one you guys voted on June 11th?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I see a copy?
This is the legal agreement.
This is the same contract that Mike brought to the council
The
in
first
November.
one, yes, we talked about the 23 hours or something like that.
They didn't have a resolution until last month, or the month before, is when they had the actual resolution they needed to change the rates.
Who should have brought them the resolution?
They had to draft it and give it to us. It's in
And they
their
did,
contract.
I don't know where it's at, but I know I saw it.
Right, they just drafted it when we told them.
Right.
But they didn't give it to us in November,
No.
December, January, February, March, I think it was April and May is when they got it to us.
They had discussed that they were gonna raise the rate, but they did not give us an
The
idea of where.
resolution, they didn't give us the resolution that's required according to their contract. Brad, do you email us the invoices?
What?
Do you email them to us also?
We give them, they go to Barry every month when I
You
get
just
them.
give him an original, you don't
Yeah,
email them to him?
no, I give them the monthly, that's always at the end of the, our billing's always at the end of the report.
Right, but I just know if he doesn't have the invoices, can you give me a copy of them?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we can do that.
It would make sense to have them emailed to you.
Yeah, that's how they used to, because Scott used to email them to us.
It's a quick fix.
I know, Scott's not. He's led. Well, he didn't go far, no, he didn't. He didn't get out of that.
I mean, we get, maybe it's easy for you, Brad, I mean, maybe we just get Lawrenceville next time, you just share in Nelson and the township with us, the hours.
Yeah, we put everything, yes, I can do where it's just, yeah, when we do it and I give it to our supervisors, they give them all Lawrence Township, Nelson, and Lawrenceville Borough for the whole month. So yeah, we break it
Right around,
down.
we're supposed to be 21, 22 hours,
Plus what we went back.
That's what we own that, yep.
Yeah, I believe that it was, you guys wanted 25 a month. And we were off in June because, again, we were directed that I was supposed to only give you an hour in a month, and I did not do that in June to you. So I was told tonight that that was what it was gonna be.
So what did you
Plus this.
In his case, it's been longer.
So
He needs to be
$7,659.25. So we wanna make
That's like 21 and a quarter hours. That's 65.
Unfortunately, the fire hydrant help.
And this is what we're gonna have to do multiple penny bills, right? We should get to that right here.
So, I'm confused. Here's the contract, they gave us a warning that rates were going up. Last meeting, you guys approved the contract, right? It says, motion made to approve the police contract, amendments of rates per hour. Roll call vote, right? So why aren't we just cutting a check? It's done, I mean, we approved it.
Yeah.
But do you need this contract signed?
Sure, you should have signed it that night.
Yeah, so now we're here, so let's sign it. And let's, we're already done, like Bob says, so we swing a check, so we have police coverage starting at 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning.
He's actually out there right now working on this, so, I mean.
I need
we'll try
it. There's
What do you need, Penny?
invoices.
Penny, for the fire department, for them to get their money, do you need the
I see a
contract?
copy of it.
No,
Fire
we have a
department.
contract.
Sure,
No, we have a
after you sign
contract.
it.
Okay.
What do you need on that bill?
No, Anthony, whatever, if you guys approve it, I'm just gonna write it, I'm not gonna write it anymore.
To your point, Penny, I mean, it's hourly, so yes, you need the invoices, the number of hours that they work.
There's at least 4 or 5 a day, and then
They already do the California shift.
I would send them a copy.
They already signed it, and we're signing it, and that's, that how it is.
Barry just signed it right there.
And they already signed it.
So the secretary says, oh, and that's
That's
township secretary.
This is what she needs.
There's an invoice. So are the prior invoices in the monthly updates, is that what you're saying?
So they got invoices from the past here.
So I go back to May, it should be in the
Yep.
update, right?
Yep,
Should go back
May
to the.
should, May, yeah, they would've had one with the invoice, we did a separate invoice as well.
So we
You
can
broke,
pay.
you broke it out by month, I remember well.
What he's saying is they're in the report.
Cause we gave you
The
an
monthly
invoice
report.
with the months
There should be.
included with what the payments were to where it came up to the total.
Yeah,
You got it right here.
He's got them, Penny.
he's got them all.
Yeah, they're in this folder.
Alright.
Thank you, Terry.
And they came all and said.
So we already approved the bill. Should we make a special motion to pay the bills that were just presented?
Let's wait for the fire department first, and we're gonna do that too.
We'll have to add it to the agenda, I guess. It's not on the
Fire
agenda.
department.
Why would
This
it be
is the
considered
police
under
department, right.
payment of bills?
Because we already did that. Very active on that. They weren't presented.
Okay, this says too much.
We have to goddamn bills.
You won't have,
What's it on,
We gotta figure out how to pay.
should be one for.
This is the March, so somebody, more in here, I guess, that one or
It's already paid, it's already set to pay that dollar amount to 6,000, so it's already set to pay.
So let's do that, and then pay June's. Right.
Next meeting will now be.
Marlowe's and the driver.
As long as we have action to that date.
And
Driver, yep.
That's
okay. I did this.
What you have?
I have, all I need is.
Oh, Jesus' name.
But I answered the people the other night.
That's in good faith, right? You know.
Thanks for sharing.
I thought we did right there.
Well, I'm saying too, but we don't have it right now. So let's pay it.
Go by the minutes of the minutes set for,
$278.
Prior.
Both the last two months.
Yeah. So whatever the invoice for June is there, plus.
Right.
We have an electronic copy too.
Yep.
So Brad, going forward, can you email your new month's, invoice prior to the monthly meeting, and then we can get you the check at that time?
Yeah, just give me an email if you gotta get sent to, and I absolutely. Who wants to be the top dog of that?
www.bestboroughInTheWorld.com.
I'm gonna say who I give the email to, I think a good email,
Give
man.
me the email.
You opened the door on that one.
Nice, hey.
Borough Lawrenceville.
Just Borough Lawrenceville?
Borough Lawrenceville, all one word.
Borough?
Yep,
Yes.
Okay.
at Gmail.
Well, you gotta,
Or BORO.
yeah.
No,
that's
it's
what
not
I'm saying.
Borough.
So Borough Lawrenceville,
At Gmail.
No, not, right?
No, it's just.
No, I got Borough Lawrenceville.
Borough Lawrenceville at gmail.com.
gmail.com.
Yep,
You can do that.
appreciate it.
Yep.
Alright, so now I'm on to new business, newspaper advertisements, there's some discussion here about wanting to add the Corning Leader.
On this one, we only added the,
We're waiting for yours to
January, we
advertise
added
it,
the Bellsboro Gazette. We didn't add So I make a motion to add Corning Leader as a legal, newspaper of record.
So Anthony made a motion to add the Corning Leader as a legal newspaper of record. Seconded by Terry Gleason. Anybody want to discuss it?
So you're never gonna put public notices, just legal notices, that's why you're saying legal, so you have, cause you can put public notices that aren't legal, if you just want legal,
It's a
that's fine.
newspaper of record.
Okay, he said legal.
Yeah, that's, we get the paper, we get the ad, and paper, we keep it from.
Right. Yeah, I understand that, but you should also just put regular newspaper. But if you're just saying legal,
Well,
that's what I'm just questioning, I just wanna make sure what you're
it's
doing.
legal as well, so.
Just saying, it's a newspaper of record,
Yeah,
that's all.
it's a newspaper of record.
Why are we doing both again?
It's just the timelines.
Newspaper of record.
The lead time,
Because of lead times, yes. Because we'll try to make, put the worst picture.
Every Friday, before the deadline for the next Thursday. Corning Leader is like they can get it in within a couple days.
Anthony,
Yes.
Bob,
yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Eddie,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Barry.
Yes. CDBG paperwork.
This one's a grant for CDGB. And we had a meeting in January, February.
I think it's like, find a project.
Right, fund the project, it should be $200,000.
And we have to pay.
One
Because
clear
then
project,
the
start to
community, they
finish,
have to order,
$200,000.
the community to sign certain paperwork.
Right. So it's all income based.
Yes.
We don't have to have audits done. Well, we should hold town halls to help people that
Yeah,
have
this way they can bring their stuff in, we can
You can actually help them instead of.
If the surveys are not filled out correctly, then they're considered over income and you guys, it's negative for you guys.
We want this, so.
Yeah.
This is the meeting we were at.
It's,
Yeah, this is the meeting.
it's important that you guys stress to them that they need the surveys filled out correctly. You guys should do a town hall, something, bring people in to help
And I
them.
believe it's never just over 50% for what the demographics they had.
Yeah, I think it needs 10% of the borough.
So what's the
I think it's a
project?
10% window that needs.
Pretty much just organizing.
No, it's actually, gotta find a project with.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
What Buddy done
I
that.
didn't
try to argue
It
with
was-
the water
It
company to
was,
replace
no, it was.
the water plant.
You guys were considered over income.
With pods instead of the big tanks that are 50 years old.
And it has to be a project that has a convenient, and is a,
Like the other projects, you put new control circuitry in there first. You have to decide on what project you're putting on.
Have like a town hall, not
Filtration
where we start
issues,
telling people
I mean, that's
how you're doing
huge.
it. We're not doing it together, it's about your income.
Okay, so.
That would be
Town
the
has to
water
work
pump.
together with us.
Because of the pods instead of
Benefit
the
everybody.
filtration.
Could that also help bring in?
so we should actually have a meeting to actually get together.
Yeah, I would say most of that, and it's not the game plan to get, I remember they did it 10 years ago. It's all gone. Even longer ago.
Yes.
Yep, somewhere.
Okay, so we good on that one? Resolution for traffic control maintenance.
So I didn't know about the resolution part. I talked to the traffic control maintenance people in Williamsport. They work on our one sign, supposed to be inspected in end of August to September. That's when we have to call them back up. It's one company that does this one. But there's also a resolution that came out in the email. I didn't get that email. So I think it's in Penny's email about the resolution part. And we have to fill that out. I'm not sure what has to be done with it.
Yeah, well, I'll have to rewrite it and then you can adopt it at the next meeting since you don't need it till August or September.
Okay. Fire department payments.
No, 52 Main Street. He's patiently
52
waiting.
Main Street, sorry Hank.
All right, I'm patient.
Yeah, you are. Yep. And we know what he's doing, right?
Make a motion to approve.
You're just tearing down the house, right?
Yes.
Where is?
Right.
Nothing, Barry.
Put him in a community swimming pool.
There's a tree in there too, they'll be questioning that next.
What's he doing with the EDU?
Gotta get a little more.
Yeah, that's what that was our first thing, is where, they doing with the
I think
EDU?
transition.
If it could be transferred, my father would give it away.
Did you even do a cute drawing of your taxi stop on there? I'm looking at the back.
What'd you say?
Drawing on the back. Hey, did you get those trees in there so they don't question that?
What's that?
You get those trees in there so they can question that?
What trees?
Once you want to cut out front.
Oh, well, that's, we're not sure about that.
Yes, he was sure about what he told me the other day.
Yeah.
He said they're all gone.
Well, there are other people that don't really want those trees gone.
Well, he said he wanted them gone.
We'll see.
I was there to talk to him for an hour, so I know.
Demo.
Yeah.
Dad?
Yep,
Yeah.
said he wanted them all out of there.
We're just
Go ahead,
approving.
just approve. You guys want to vote on it, it's up to you how you're going to do it.
You wanna vote on that or?
Anthony made a motion.
Yeah, we made a motion to approve the.
Anthony made a motion to
Big
approve
issue over
the
that.
demolition
Yard or
permit.
demo permit?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Eddie. Go ahead.
Anthony,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Eddie,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Yes.
Barry.
Okay. Now we're doing fire department.
I hope one of them really, really know what he's doing.
So we need to pay, so fire department has been paid for going on 3 months. That'd be great if it's a 4th month now, so 4 months. What we have from them is their income statement. It doesn't show where the money funds were spent. It
You got
does
a bucket
show
of shit, you just throw it in there. you got
more
money.
detailed, income and expense report that we supposed to keep. I'm pretty sure that, I think we need to get them that penny.
What'd you say?
For where the borough funds was spent for the fire.
It's up to you guys, if you wanna accept that, you can go right ahead, I'm not gonna argue with it.
I would like to accept, pay them and have them paid up till now. Because it's 4 months.
And what is it per month?
The original contract had that in the wrong.
And then it's an extra 125
We tried
for
to
the difference.
twice since I started this.
We have that figured out?
1503.50 per month.
She has it right.
Sorry, what was it, 150350?
Yeah.
So it's $125.
Okay.
So you're making a motion to pay.
I make a motion, so this is, fire departments, I have 2 things, this is just one payments. I make a motion to pay the remaining amount we have on fire department that's overdue, which is, the number. No, not for the whole year, but right now.
$6,012.12.
No, not 12 cents because it's 50. I know.
I'm sorry, hang on, 1503. 50, okay, for some reason I thought it was 03, I'm sorry.
So $6,014.
Sorry about that, I thought it was 03. It's 03.
Okay, so you don't make a motion.
Alright, make a motion to pay that. So current for now.
What month is that for?
This is for,
April, May, June, and July.
right, 4 months, so. Yeah.
That brings you up to date, right? Do you agree with that? Okay, I got a motion. Second? I'll second it.
Seconded by Terry. Anthony made a motion to pay what we owe the fire department up to date to July. Terry seconded it.
Anthony,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Eddie,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Barry.
Yes.
And why are those payments behind?
Well, this is the next one I have, so I can't answer why they were behind, it just, either they got missed or something happened. But my next thing I wanted to add in there is, the fire department, they gonna make a updated contract, so this states that, the original contract states that, in January 23, beginning of the month, you have the borough has the opportunity to pay 100% of that bill. I would like to add, I think I have to bring it back to, we have to come back to it. But, we can pay that full amount anytime within the year instead of just that one time. You understand what I'm saying?
So in other words, we could pay balance of the
Right.
rest of the year next time.
Right, but we'll still be paying monthly until that gets paid. So it's monthly amount does not change, just one time payment.
Because of the terms, right?
Correct, that's no change. So their contract does say you can only pay once, so there's no change in that part of the contract until they bring the amendment back to us.
Okay. So is that something you want to bring forward?
I do want to bring it to the next, to have everybody, I just wanna tell you what's happening.
Okay, then get it on the agenda.
I mean, my concern is we don't even have a profit and loss in here, so I don't think we ought to be paying forward any payments here. We might have cash flow problems.
How do you
Well, the
want me to
problem- hold on,
present that then?
hold on.
I just don't understand.
It's so what their contract says is we can pay it in that 1 month in that January is the only time it says that we can pay it. We can't pay it, once that January passes, you can't do it anymore.
Now, what
You can
Bob
only
is,
pay it 5 months after January.
Right, after January.
Which is
Well,
fine.
that was my
That's what
point, that
you
we have a
want to
cash
do.
flow
Based on
problem,
your taxes.
because we don't have a P&L.
You don't.
And you're losing interest.
If we knew what our P&L was, I'd say fine, but
Right, but that's
But
not
they have
on
the
the docket
opportunity
until
to do
next
it.
month.
there's
Right
no,
now,
there's no
Right,
benefit
in
to
the
us.
future, yeah, it doesn't benefit us, but in the future, that opportunity will be there.
But then it's
when you need it.
produce checks, but
so right now, the thing on the docket right now is to pay them what's owed to them
Yes.
through July.
right.
Yes.
6,000.
And did we?
$14.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, we got the 6,000, 14 away, and you're good for now, right?
and if you want to discuss that, put it on the.
Yeah, we'll do it next time, just wanna make sure.
I understand your thought.
Okay, so the next thing on the agenda is Jim Farr moving wall fireworks request.
Not
That
necessary.
request was, I got it.
It's not necessary?
So this one was, someone requested to have fireworks.
You're not listening.
Park,
It's not necessary.
and it's,
not necessary.
It's something that passed in the past, so we can just pass on that. Cause it was something, it was for, somebody requested it, but it was for someplace else.
Thank you.
No,
Okay, so moving on.
there you go, moving on.
Water tank maintenance.
Man, how are we doing on that? We got one hole that's been there for 6 weeks, and we got one that's just popped up again, so now we got 2 holes.
So Jimmy Joe did this weekend, and they seismic the tank to figure out how big the tank is.
Yeah,
And he did it for several holes, yes. You can, if you wanna talk on it, you can.
And, we have a good 1/4 inch to 5/16 of an inch still where the still has to be put. But now, I mean, I found out that we have yet to buy the plugs to put in the holes so they could seal them.
They're gonna have to level it shut.
What, why don't you
Yeah,
just,
but you
yeah,
can get
put
the
a plug.
conical plugs to put in the hole.
So Mike contacted Mark Actual. And we have plugs, but Mark Actual, they don't say, and I don't wanna misquote.
NSF 61, that would be NSF 61.
They have to be NFS 61. These aren't stamped that, so we gotta find NFS.
So the vendor, I gave it to Jimmy Joe. Jimmy Joe has that information on the vendor that, Mark actually sent me. Because they happened in the past, so they're using that kind of information. It's good to use, they're gonna use it.
But why couldn't we just go directly to the vendor ourselves instead of sending it through the engineers? We already know what the quality and quantity is what we need.
The engineer was looking at it at first, he couldn't find, like, I couldn't find the vendors. Mark actually sent the vendors, so I gave it to Jimmy Joe. Jimmy Joe was actually heading that.
So why can't we just use a stick and epoxy like we did last time?
That's not NSF 61.
Well, it worked before, why not?
They do make that epoxy.
It worked beautifully.
They do make NSF.
We just finished up paying that fine, we don't wanna do that.
But we'll get the right,
With the fines.
we will have the right
There's
materials.
no communication. Why don't we just order them ourselves?
That's what I was asking.
Okay.
Instead of just handing them off to the engineer.
Why do that?
It's been 3
Jimmy
weeks.
Joe cleaned it up.
But it's been 3 weeks since we
Where,
know
give
what.
me, give me the
You can't
address,
order it.
give me the phone
There is
number,
no,
I'll
so
call.
this is a company that makes this, so it's not like,
Yeah.
you can just go and buy it.
Could you forward the address to Cindy or something?
If you wanna contact the company directly, but I think it has to, you have to order it a certain way, so you have to know what.
Probably a minimum requirement.
That's why Jimmy Joe has it, you have to know.
Right, they don't like it both ways.
And it's 61, right?
You should have an email that you can put the.
Yes, Mark actually sent it to me. Jimmy Joe.
And
Maybe
how long will
touch
it
base with Jimmy, make sure.
He just got it on Thursday.
You got this Thursday, you had it 3 weeks ago?
I just got the information on Thursday, you get the information to Julie Joe on Thursday,
And
he
you
has the
got
information on that.
hair on your back.
You okay?
Okay, alright.
Yeah.
So the bigger question is who does that?
They're trying to tell you to.
Right now they have Hoff Mechanical, they're welders, they're the welders, but you have to actually
Well,
patch.
no, that's a little right, but.
Wait, hold on, the thickness, so the whole reason they got the thickness is to figure out if it's too thick to weld. How, what did
No,
they
they
figure out?
didn't want it to be too thin to weld, because they figured if they went to weld, it would cut through.
But what did they figure out on the thickness?
They
Found?
They wanted to know if it was at least a 1/4 inch thick or thicker, and it is, it's a 1/4 inch thick or larger.
So it's good to
And when I
weld without
spoke
the
to-
patch?
It's great to weld with the patch.
Okay, then Hoff Mechanical, then they got the information.
They won't be able to be here till next Monday. Now we got 2 holes pouring the water out of there. And there's another one that's about to blow.
Maybe we'll get lucky and all.
How do you
I
find
just
out
saw
about the
this.
second one?
What's that?
Did you find the second one?
Stick
Yesterday?
No, I found that one, no, Sunday. When we were doing the measurements, it happened at that time.
So who have you guys used in the past, other than Hoff?
Did Stick Bill ever do anything?
He's never done anything with us, no, but he's just up the road.
Yeah, no, I'd rather go with somebody who's done it before.
And he said he has no issue doing it as long as they're plugged, and, you know, we can't buy a plug. We have to wait for it.
Well, I guess I can see that. Quite how big it is.
Can you reduce the level of water in the tank to below?
If you reduce it too much, then you don't have.
I can't hear 3 people and there's traffic, so
That was one of the plans that we had, but it's not feasible to do it that way.
is there a chance this tank's gonna rupture without anybody welding on it? There seems to be a numerous amounts of holes in it.
It's not gonna rush.
Isn't it silly to ask, was this reflected in the inspection report that we just got for the water tank? Was any of this addressed in that inspection? From what I read, I don't think
There were
so.
holes in the inspection report, these holes just keep appearing, the second one just happened, didn't know about that one, so they're just, they're happening more as rusted and.
There was 2 spots that, when we talked to Hoff, that we was gonna have them address them because they were starting to leak.
So it did come up?
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to put 2 fiberglass gas tanks in and just put water to it. We'd have better water.
So you're gonna flip the email, this to me and the council, right? And the council here to get this done.
Is the council up to date on the deal with DEP concerning this tank? I mean, are they happy?
DEP's well aware of what's going on.
They're well aware of it, but are there any violations connected to it?
No.
Not after you let them know.
Not after the stick incident, because it's changing.
We didn't
So
put stick.
DEP sent
No,
us
but
information.
after that incident, you've been up to date and there is no violation. There's just a leak.
There's a leak.
And DEP is the one who actually sent us the information on how to repair it.
Thank you.
The violation was based off not letting them know and how. we
Yeah,
repaired
and
it.
not so much.
So we let them know immediately, it's not like get involved, Mark's email, so,
I didn't put them on second.
okay, so probably.
Okay. So the last thing on the agenda is purchase a new time clock for the water and sewer.
Did that work?
So I've seen their time cards and it's, either it's not right, it's not working right. I've seen it, I didn't put this on there, but I've seen their time cards and I always have to adjust it every month.
What do you have to adjust?
The time is not, so the one here works a lot easier and easier to read. When you start reading that other one, it's hard to follow.
It kind of stains over top of stuff.
I wonder how that happened.
But I didn't put this on. I just know. So.
Why don't they punch in here at the office instead of over there? They have keys to the here.
Yeah, they do.
They
They, well, maintenance has keys.
Wasn't a time clock like $200 or something pretty small? Because you got people working on the weekends, right?
Or take that one over there.
And Secretariat's punching over there.
I say we purchase this thing, because, 2 places of employment is, you're gonna have more people, and it's gonna be more difficult to track these guys. So they should when they work, they should actually punch it.
And the key to the new town clock, who's gonna have that?
I don't even know what had a key to it.
They have keys to
They
open,
have keys, so you can open them, change the ribbons and all that.
change the time,
And we have a lockbox here, we can probably.
just make sure whatever set of keys are taken at that time.
How much is the time clock?
I didn't read that out.
So this is just a normal thing right now.
We have to do research.
Do some research on that and then.
No, we don't know what it's on.
We can spend up to $500 without, so.
You gotta be able to read their time, right? So, I mean, that's basic. It's up to me to have scan ID. Every time they come in the gate, you scan. Just like my license. Oh, yeah, you can get it so you scan.
Okay, so, does somebody wanna make a motion that we buy a time clock, or are we just gonna go on things that's under $500?
I don't think you need to, this needs a vote.
No, yeah, well, we're just looking into it, so it's more of a move forward, try looking into it. Basically, when you buy it.
Do it however you want.
We're gonna look into it, see what it costs, because I don't know what it's gonna cost.
I'll talk to you guys on my side.
But we said we don't need a time.
They come right in.
So, I guess the consensus, I don't know if it's a consensus, or, but people wanna look into it, so. Okay, with that being said,
Unless you guys wanna go on something up to $500 for a new one.
Well, I don't know how much it costs, so I haven't done research on this.
I don't wanna deter you.
public comments.
I like to look to see.
Sure.
I don't wanna give anybody else a chance first.
Do you have any idea how much water's coming out of that tank, leaking out of that tank
We did.
on a daily basis?
And that's probably why you can't talk to Jimmy Joe. Jimmy Joe, did you go look at it?
It's not a whole lot to this.
For what?
Under pressure,
I guess the.
it's spreading out,
Yeah.
24/7.
Our question is, do we know how much is leaking per day?
I use that.
It leaks a lot of water.
I agree.
You know, I mean,
And,
we've been running the water plant a lot longer, so. it's
So
cost
there
a
is
lot.
some reflection to it.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
well, and then it also reduces the water pressure we need to come back down, so.
No, no.
The water that's coming out there?
It's hard to get the pressure in the tank every week. Takes a lot longer.
No, it doesn't. No.
We just ran it through the whole weekend. What the hell are you talking about? We just ran it through the whole weekend.
I'll explain afterwards. Doesn't affect your water.
You're saying the leaks don't hurt it?
A leak up in the tank does not affect your water pressure down there.
No, I meant the leaks
That's what he said.
caused the water plant to run more, longer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Right now,
that's what I was talking about.
it's not a pressure issue.
Got pressure at the tank.
So we don't know yet, we don't know, to answer your question.
Yes,
How much
well,
is-
it
It
affects.
doesn't impact the water.
Yeah, it impacts the tank just not much.
How many more days we run?
The second one's just found today.
We ran through the
The
weekend.
second one was found today, so.
Supposed to be shut down today.
It was shut down on
Last Thursday.
Thursday, so.
It has not been on since last Thursday.
It's normal.
Yeah, but it's supposed to start back up today. It rained through the weekend, last weekend.
And you'd have to ask Mike what the reason for that was. He told me, but I don't remember.
You what?
Mike had a reason why he wanted to run it through the weekend, and I don't know what it was. I can't recall.
My understanding is that the pressure wasn't up, it was only like 7-8 pounds.
I don't know.
But if we can probably find that out, how to do low rates and see how much is, we get Jimmy Joe to see if he has a formula for that.
There's a lot of water.
It's like a garden hose.
2 garden holes.
And this has been going on 3 weeks?
Well, the first one's been going on for 6 weeks, this one just happened Sunday. The second one.
It's a pain.
It's from us.
Both sides, so? Yeah,
No, no.
maybe a little small.
Hopefully none of those things going on.
They wouldn't need that much water. Well, if you got taller roads, you're not, 2 days, you're gonna see it in your water bill.
We're in public comment.
Public comment, anybody else got any public comment?
Every day.
And what do you got?
What's that?
If you guys are ready, I just don't wanna catch anybody off guard. I actually wanna start by saying thank you, Bob, for considering the economic consequences of the payment arrangements for the water, so thank you for considering that. Eddie, you voted no to pay the bills. Would you like to elaborate?
You show the tank, the hole.
Oh, I just had a question on one check, I can,
It's out back of the door.
one of them's in the fence area, the other one's on the other side. Yeah.
Do you guys intend to put some air conditioning units as we come into the summer months in here?
Yes, we actually have one right here and one sitting outside there with the secretary.
Can we expect maybe by next time to be a little more comfortable?
Well, I was gonna hook it up today, but it wasn't that hot today.
Okay. And maybe this is a silly question, but these employees that you're hiring for the water sewer plant are working directly with Michael. Wouldn't it make sense to involve Michael in interviewing these employees since the culture kind of revolves around him and he's the boss?
He's not the boss. He's not.
He's the immediate supervisor.
No, he's not the immediate supervisor.
So who is supervising these employees? You are, personally.
Not 40 hours a day, or not 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, but I do go over there and give them instruction.
Wouldn't it be appropriate for like the person who's there to consider managing those things instead of that being all on your plate, since he's got experience? Just something worth maybe mulling over, thinking and talking about for efficiency purposes. I mean, I think maybe Michael should be included since he's kind of the point of contact for the other employees. Just a suggestion, not really a question, but I think it would be useful, helpful, maybe retain employees longer if you know they're gonna get along, or if Michael has a say in it. Just a thought, and I think that's all I have.
Okay, anybody else?
Yeah, I just wanna make sure that everybody knows that the escort for the moving wall, they are probably gonna come through here about 8:30, 8:40 in the morning next week on Wednesday, and if everyone can line Main Street, to show support for everyone that's coming through. We have close to 300 to 500 motorcycles or more, Corvettes, military vehicles, fire trucks. The escort is getting longer each day. And it's not just local Tioga County. I have Chemung, Steuben. There's a lot of people that are involved in this. So please make it a point to come and just show support when the escort comes through, when the moving wall comes through Lawrenceville. And if you have a chance, anytime, it will be here the 10th through the 15th. It's open 24 hours a day. Please come see the moving wall when it's at Williamson High School. Thank you.
Coming on the 4-lane?
No, I don't want to do 4-lane. I'm coming the old highway, right down past Indian Hills. I do want to say thank you to Terry and to Eddie for putting up all the American flags on Main Street to start showing support for the 4th of July and the moving wall. There are going to be a lot of people in this town next week between here and Tioga. Please be ready.
So if it's raining, there won't be nobody.
Oh, there will be. They will come. They will come.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, it's worth noting, thank you to Williamson High School, Northern Tioga School District, the amount of things that these kids have done for this project. Rob and Paula Jones have been amazing. Martin's Landscaping, McGill Enterprise. I mean, there's so many people to thank that have contributed to this project. So thank you, everyone. It was a great community project, and the outpouring of support has been absolutely amazing.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else?
Okay.
Oh.
If nobody's gonna say anything, I'm going to. Last meeting, there was, a question regarding a family that was trying to improve their house, and I guess they got, a cease and desist order from Herbs, yet they still have 20 Conisky Street. If you're gonna, you need to do it unilaterally, and to everybody, not just one here, one there, that's all.
house has been a thorn in their side.
I know.
It needs to be,
So-
but there's a whole history behind it, I know, we tried to get that place, then kicked
I
out.
think he's back in jail again.
I know he is.
Where there's we followed up on that,
Go ahead, Brent.
and to our understanding, there is a bank that has,
Yeah,
Yeah.
has on that.
mortgage, yeah.
Because when we talked to them through the police department, that place is supposed to be gone.
It was, because when Justin was trying to sell his house,
So,
they were supposed to be
I
doing
have
something
info.
then, and it's still there.
yeah, when they did all that, there was a notice and everything on his residence there.
Might still be there.
It is, I checked it out.
It is, and like I said, we reached out, Brackman and myself, a couple times have reached out, through the banks and found out who was it, and the bank is responsible for that, and they're
Except-
supposed to be taking that.
Except that the owner of that building has denied the bank to actually take care of the property, and they had the right to do that. Correct? You want that?
Oh, we ought to start at 3 places, and then go through the grade to back of the yard,
So did the
go
borough
to the ball
initiate this
field.
letter?
It was down at Blake's
ERB
property.
did the first thing she started on.
That's the letter.
Yeah, but there's 3 right in
That's
a
a
row.
letter to the other.
On behalf of the borough?
No,
No.
we haven't had no action.
I haven't seen anything. Yeah. I haven't seen anything on that.
No,
Well, they ain't gonna just sit on their ass and not watch it, look at it.
No, 20 count,
Frank
that's
County, Eddie's old.
There's 2 issues here, right? So what about the second one?
The second one, ERB sent them a cease and desist letter.
Because of a porch or something.
So we're gonna figure out ERB.
Herb?
Yep.
Oh.
So I haven't heard some letter to the bank for trying to ask you.
Yeah,
I had a Michael Mulvey, investigator from Harrisburg, here today, and he told me to inform people that were involved in 2023, from November of 2023 through the minutes are missing. He wants those minutes, and he wants the audits, and whoever has them, they better produce them for the last 2 years. And he will follow up and see if anybody come up with any written minutes that were taken in that time period that are not in the book. And he just wanted me to make sure I told you guys that if it's not done, he'll be back.
And he also wants the bill, he wants the debit cards.
Oh yeah, he wants all the bills from the debit cards and.
So who is he?
Can you clarify the authority he's from?
He's a Bureau of Criminal Investigation.
Well, it's took them long enough,
No, it's from the Pennsylvania State Police.
right?
Yeah, it's a Michael
In
Mulvey.
5 years, ain't it?
Michael.
Yeah, I think they want everything. So they want all the written minutes that were taken by whoever, and they want them in the office so he can see them. And he wants any documentation from
He's gonna get
any
them
audits that
in
were
the
done.
garbage. Oh, yeah.
If you have them, you better show them. If you don't have them, then that's another issue for the last 2 years.
23 and 22 were done.
Yeah.
My understanding is he replaced Decker.
Yeah.
Yes.
So why does he meet just with you?
Well, no, he set up a meeting and
I was here.
we were just showed up. The investigator was here
I
today.
wasn't here last week, I thought.
What's his name again?
Michael Mulvey, Mulvey.
Never heard about it.
They went through the minute books and seen minutes were missing. And he asked who was writing them at the time. Of course, our secretary was Bob Penfield at the time.
I see how this is.
You were?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to him.
If you did it right, you shouldn't have anything to worry about.
So who was taking the minutes then? At that time, who was taking the minutes? Because we have it on live stream, but you were the one taking the minutes.
December?
December of 23.
Forward.
Right, November, December 23.
Because mismatched minutes go back farther than that.
It's not a lot.
You're not gonna find
See,
it.
look,
He probably did it right away.
November, December 23.
November, the agenda was there, I think, wasn't it?
Yes.
No
We shredded
minutes.
them, I'm sure.
December, the same thing. Agenda, but no minutes.
And when did this happen?
What happened?
When was he here?
Today, about 1 o'clock, I think, roughly.
He was here for a good 2 hours.
I had to leave, so I had to cut it short, but he wanted me to make sure that, I spoke for him, I guess.
What minutes were missing? December, Mansell. Which minutes were missing?
Can you,
No,
Which minutes
Don's
were-
asking.
Which minutes?
Which minutes were missing?
December 23 and November 23, and I think there's a few more
Okay.
in the 24.
That's how we got the audit, that's how we got the mills.
And I think something about the CPA or whatever she was in Knoxville, said something about, she was working on the audits for a while now.
She told me that personally, Mansell, that 22 and 23 were almost ready. This was back in October when I met with her.
She said the audits were almost done?
Yeah, she told me that 22
She's not
and
CPA.
23 were almost done, and that was October 2023.
Yeah, he wants to know where they're at.
Okay, well, he needs to go talk to her.
Or does somebody have them that we don't know about?
Oh,
Flash
drive.
drive.
interesting.
I don't know, we just got that back today. That was another issue.
Flash drive only has critical status.
We got that today, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, because he was actually gonna go get that. Since you brought it.
There's no chain of command with that flash drive, Mansell, so
Oh,
as
he's
far
aware
as
of it.
I'm concerned.
He's
it's-
aware of it.
They get a copy.
Of what?
You said you could just willy-nilly.
I don't gotta do anything, I ain't doing nothing, he is.
Bob
I know
says
you
that
don't
Penn
do it.
York
That's right.
has a
You
right
guys
to
are
keep
complaining
borough
getting out of bed is
I
more
went
what
up
you
there
do
and
all
get
day.
one, and I got it, and then you're like treating me like a.
Got it.
It doesn't matter.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
does, it's
yeah,
very
yeah,
important.
yeah.
You don't even have the authority
She has an
to
exact copy
receive
of
the
it.
treatment. You don't even have that authority,
But
Bob.
the
Yeah,
issue
it
is when
does.
you got it,
Let's
you
talk
know
about the
you know
personal
that,
information
know.
that's on that flash
And you're
drive,
curious
names,
why they're asking
addresses,
questions,
socials,
stuff just like that.
in your possession at your
We
house.
got 2 copies, okay?
Oh,
The identical copy up there, I got the same copy. Leave that, I don't care.
But the issue is,
You're holding
when you
up
got it, you
business.
should have brought it here and handed it in.
Exactly.
You had it a
I
few
mean,
days
it's
after the
simple as
meeting.
that. I don't make the rules,
Okay, anything else?
and I just happen to be in the right place at the wrong time.
So
I don't have the right
if
time.
somebody's social security number is on that, what are you guys gonna do about that for it being out of the borough's office for almost 30 days? What are you guys going to do for those? What are you guys going to do for protection?
You need to notify.
We're
people
talking,
that
yeah,
have-
you need to notify people, we're talking about social security numbers, we're talking about addresses.
Sensitive information.
Sensitive information, what are you guys going to do?
I think he's just Smallville or whatever,
Molly.
Maldy, I think that'd be his job.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
I wanna know, what is the council going to do for
No,
this?
you have to notify
The
people
statements
that they
from
have.
the debit cards that you both have.
Yeah,
But there was a breach.
You don't know.
The
I do what I was
solicitor.
told to do by.
I know.
I understand that, but we're also asking, what is the council going to do for this, to protect these residents?
Here, watch my lips. I turn every receipt into the secretary. Do you understand that now? Or do you want me to draw you damn picture?
Oh my gosh, guys.
You understand, I'm just giving you what he told me to mention to you. If you wanna get a little pissy about it, you
I'm
know,
gonna make a suggestion that
he
we
wants that
make a
information
motion
as
to
part
adjourn
of
the meeting.
his,
I second it.
I
Then he can
asked a
contact
question and I didn't get an answer to it. What are you doing for the
And you don't
residents of
adjourn
this
the meeting
borough
just because
that
we're
their
having a
sensitive
conversation.
information was out for almost 30 days? What are you going to do to protect these residents? That is an honest question. Nothing? Nothing?
Is it sensitive though? I haven't looked at it. You guys.
I don't know what's on
that either.
I don't know what's on it either.
So there has been a break in the chain of command for this flash drive of sensitive information for the borough for almost 30 days. if there are addresses, names, phone numbers, social security numbers, what are you guys going to do? Account numbers?
Was there anything else that was said?
Right, what are you guys gonna do?
So QuickBooks Data just has
He's saying it's
Was
all.
there anything else said?
employee information.
Yeah, but if it's QuickBooks and there's employee information and their socials and everything are in there, so what are you guys gonna do? What are you guys going to do?
Pay for LifeLock, I don't know, we'll put a prescription in for LifeLock and we'll put the whole town on, I mean, my work did Gus one time, so, I mean, they pay for LifeLock.
That's how important this is.
Wouldn't be the whole town. Yeah, wouldn't be the whole town.
How do you know?
You would have to.
How do you
offer
know?
to
How do the
everyone.
residents know?
Well, I mean.
QuickBooks
Because
only
they don't
has-
take your social
QuickBooks
security
only
number when you
has-
sign up for water.
How do you know that?
They don't.
But the employee information.
The employee information has socials on there.
So if you're employees, you could.
You're an employee of this borough, how do you like knowing that your social's been out there for 30 days?
They don't have my information. Township has mine.
I have.
Thank God for that one, huh?
County did it.
Yeah, my stuff hacked one time.
Was there anything else said after I left?
I went in there for the audit. The sign that's posted that everything that's in that office is being recorded. That's a felony.
I didn't put that.
Well, who did? I didn't.
There's no cameras.
Is there a camera?
It's a recording device. It says it's, that office is being recorded during business hours.
I don't know.
Is it being recorded? I guess that's the question. Today,
I don't think it is.
you think you signed up.
Yeah, because he said that's a felony.
It is, it's wiretapping violation.
No, we can talk about this after, I don't understand.
No, we're talking about it in front of everybody, absolutely not.
No, there's a.
Yeah, no.
There's a lot of secrecy
So we're
going
not
on
talking
here.
about, we're talking about employee information.
That's why
I can't give you an answer what we're gonna do about it, but it's employee information, not the borough's information. Not the people, not the personnel of the borough's information.
But how does the public know that? Because it just says.
I can tell you
QuickBooks on it.
QuickBooks if anybody who ever done QuickBooks knows what's in QuickBooks.
Yeah, employee social security numbers.
That's what I just said, employee information.
So there's been a breach for them for at least 30 days, what are you going to do to protect them?
We can do the LifeLock, but that's a question, sounds like a great idea.
Are you gonna let them know?
You have to notify
You have to notify them.
It's not that hard to let,
See what it
it's
is.
not that hard to let the employees know, because it's not that many employees.
So anybody know anything about the audits? Anybody know if they got done? Somebody had them?
Dan Rogers.
No
completed-
resolution.
Dan Rogers completed at 21.
That's the only one that I know of.
We already had 21.
No, Dan Rogers actually completed it.
That was just done recently.
That was just done recently.
Okay, so we need 22?
22 has not been done, because we had to find a new vendor for that.
Why do you have to find a new vendor? You didn't
Because
want-
Dan Rogers, the vendor that we had can't do it anymore, because they're too busy.
So we got the 21, we got that.
Dan
It's
Rogers.
in the office.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I got sent an email.
So he's gonna contact.
Let's respond this all.
We're gonna get the number for JH Williams, that was the one we had.
I'm gonna work on getting 22 and 23 done. Okay? You guys wanna go about this?
There was a motion and a second.
Maybe we should let us know what's in there. Reach the.
Got passed off.
So my company doing, I got after work.
Do we want to go into that?
No.
I could tell you just what I did.
I already did that.
What's that?
It's a lot of work.
And we're all back.
And it's gonna take time. I know.
So, I don't want the problem.
Okay, so there's a motion on the floor to adjourn.
I made it.
I made the first, I made the second.
Terry seconded. Go ahead, man.
Admission. That's why I made the court. I didn't. Not gonna stop.
So you got the minutes. Anybody have somebody sign for them?
Where to go in the minutes, she'll tell you, she's asked that, down to the second, I can tell you where it is.
I'll sign it. Check.
Yeah,
Brad, don't leave me get checks in your hand and a copy, okay?
Yep.
Secretary didn't have the signature deed that one.
I only ever stayed out of jail myself.
Yeah.
Gordy.
Yeah, 'cause I haven't been here.
Cleo, I got your payment, it was in the mail.
Oh, then.
I didn't know.
I didn't.
Like, I'm serious.
It's been there for at least a month.
I'll reach out next time. All right.
I don't know, you're gonna get something.
We done.
I guess we've been done.
Is your daughter okay?
So, you're mainly there on, yes.
Really?
And did you,
Thank you.
right,
That's what's been there all night.
Oh, no.
I'm going to get it, but as long as we're present in here, you can kick me out.
I'm concerned. I bought it till my grandkids were there.
Yeah, Lisa's for
Can we put it outside?
No, just go outside. I said,
And the paint.
I'm really happy to go get it.
it's just.
I have done all of those.
I know, I told him.
You don't have to talk, but maybe you should talk to Brad
I was gonna
about
say,
my
you know, I was gonna go over that, I'll swing by after this and sign it.
You
and
can
then I'll
ask
bring
me.
it here, bring it to you, you can stand
Yeah, just like that one I did.
Right.
So if you're bringing over,
It is
we'll
the
bring
fact
it
that we are all still,
Because he's screwed up.
And you can stand in there with the rest of it.
I'm heading
Very good.
Yeah.
but you're doing the same thing.
Because
And
it's
if
going
I
to be,
want 5%,
because we're gonna.
What was the old one?
We're putting, we would like to put a roof on. If it's recent.
it doesn't just, you're not above
And if
anything.
it's gonna have a
And
roof
you know
on
what,
it,
I
that's
thanked you
considered
earlier
attached,
for doing
even
the
though
right
it's
thing.
floating.
So you can hear it.
None of it's attached to the actual.
Some things are right, some things
The
are
only
wrong.
thing
Get
that's gonna be
clarification.
attached is we're gonna.
Get
we're gonna
educated.
move inside it under the covers, so it doesn't.
Get educated.
Sink down.
Correct.
If you're gonna throw a problem about it, try to cause a scene every time, educate yourself on what you're trying to cause a scene about. Not difficult.
That's okay.
Right.
Yeah, but.
Pardon me, guys. I
No,
am
that's,
not gonna, no, I'm getting, Bob's harassing me again. So maybe a
They-
little lesson in civics would help him understand. I can't give it to
I'm
him.
hoping soon that everything comes.
Wow, guys, all right, this was long. I'm gonna get him outside here. Clearly, my presence is always an issue. As y'all know, this happens every time. Bob is out recording me as well, so as long as we're both recording, he doesn't even have a leg to stand on, and maybe he, yes, should get educated. That sounded a little rude at first, but it gets old, man. Like, it really does get old. Constantly having to educate people on your rights, your guys' rights to access and public information. And you know, thankfully, that tonight I was here filming. We learned some pretty disturbing stuff, and I'm not going to make any comments on an active investigation at the very moment. I've got some more digging to do. If you were paying attention, you've certainly seen some body language that it says that you're welcome, sis. I do try hard, and
wow, the confrontation, like at the end about trying to get me to shut my stuff off is really part of what bothers me, because sometimes those are the moments where what I'm documenting is actually really pertinent and important, is like what happens after some, you know, and we've talked outside. You guys have listened to Barry. I'm so disappointed about this ordeal with the water. I mean, I do understand people have had a lot of time to take care of it, but I know that if I've made bad decisions in the past. Like, I certainly can't say that I haven't. We're all human, guys. And I thanked Bob for what I thought was the right thing. I do not think that there are going to be some families that can pay those past bills and in 90 days, okay? And water is not a car payment, okay? Access to public utilities and water is not a luxury. It's a damn right. We have a right to not just have access to water, but to clean water. And you cannot tell me that the borough has done a responsible job on providing these public utilities. You know, if I don't pay my electric bill, they cut it off, because that's the state. I'm not, well, Pennsylvania has private companies, to be fair. New York, we don't. We have one company. But Pennsylvania has private companies who have secretaries. Yes, they don't care if you don't have money to eat with. You have to pay your electric and your gas bill. However, they do not sustain life. Water sustains life. It is necessary, and we have a right to it. I don't believe that 90 days is fair for these people, and I unfortunately disagree with everyone on the council. And you know what? I thought this was what we got them elected for. This is what I thought that we were fighting for was the right thing. Like the library money, that was the right thing. They did do the right thing there. This is not the right thing. So heads up, you guys are gonna have 90 days to pay any past due amount on your water bills, or you're getting your water shut off. And I don't know what kind of resources, human resources Pennsylvania has. You can probably certainly contact Tioga County. Like New York has, they've got programs like heat programs. There are federal assistance programs that may be able to help some of you folks out with that, because I do believe there's more people. I mean, they're throwing a number of about $70,000. You can't reasonably expect to collect $70,000 from 300 households in 90 days. Not gonna happen. So thanks, Steve. Thanks, sis. Miss Grace, thanks for, you know, bringing that up about the nepotism. It's been something that I've definitely looked into, because when I started going other places, I noticed that this was a real thing. So it's not illegal in PA. I'm sorry that someone discouraged you from that. I mean, you could have been a great help. So keep that in mind. Yeah, now Anthony's wife applying for a position within the borough is perfectly fine and acceptable. There's nothing wrong or illegal about it. But I'm gonna get headed out. It is getting dark. I got a little bit of a drive back home. Guys, thank a veteran. If you can make it to the escort for the wall, I think it's really gonna be really great. I mean, we're talking lots of motorcycles. Even if you don't have a car or class, bring your flag, come support them. Do make sure you get a chance to check it out. Jessica did say it's 24 hours, so you can go anytime. It doesn't matter like how crazy your schedule is. You can always take a minute and go down to the high school and at least see this and have access to it. So I think that's important. If you didn't get time earlier, I did a little short version before I came in. I wanted to get some of that information out. Always feel free to go back and watch that. My dates weren't quite as solid. I was just trying to make sure I got out the information, at least where it's relevant, because it's not hard to find. And if you want to support me, like, share, comments. I did post the YouTube link again, because that seems to be picking up speed, and when it's super hot in there, YouTube feed doesn't drop off like the Facebook feed does. I don't even know why it does that. And as much as I would really like to hang out and have a chat, oh goodness, with some local people, that was not tight. I get so worked up. You guys know, especially when it comes to our civil rights and my right to be here and my right to share my information with you, or your information for you. So, all right, I'm running. Thank a veteran. Check on your neighbor. Get us some damn air conditioning in there if you would. All right, have a good night, guys.